And I'm going to share some of the strategies that I've been using to help keep things under control, because it's easy to use stressful situations as an excuse to get lazy with your diet, get lazy with your workouts. And I keep coming back to this. You don't want to get lazy during these times. We want to come out of this situation better because of it, not worse. And you have a choice, right? Depending on the actions you take now, all the little decisions, the little in the moment decisions, that can shape whether you're moving closer towards your fitness and fat loss goals or you're moving further away. So over the course of the next several weeks, or however long this whole situation lasts for, I mean, we really don't know. I mean, I don't have the answers. I wish I did, but I don't. But however long this takes, there's going to be people who are going to come out on the other side and say, you know what, I used that opportunity, I used that situation to really focus on my health and fitness, and I got better because of it. And there's other people who are going to come out of this and say, you know what, I really let myself go, and now I'm fatter and in worse shape and more depressed than ever because of it. So you have a choice, right? And it all depends on the little decisions that you're making in the moment. One of the things that I've been doing now since, like, before this whole situation hit with the COVID and all that, and the gyms were closed down, like, I was actually in the process of getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. Just due to the way that I've been handling my fitness and nutrition over the past couple of years, I've been gradually getting leaner and leaner. And we had our local bodybuilding show scheduled. It was actually scheduled for in early April, and I was fully planned on going ahead and doing it, because I said, you know what, I'm lean enough now that if I make the push, I can actually go and get myself in contest shape. And the goal was to make a comeback in the Masters over 40 category. So I was on track with that and motivated, making some good progress towards it. And then, of course, you know, everything got shut down. Bodybuilding shows got canceled and postponed, and you know, and in the greater scheme of things, a bodybuilding show is pretty low on the priority list of things in the greater situation, right? I mean, it's pretty low. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that they got canceled. But now we've got a whole bunch of other challenges that we're dealing with. And of course, you know, the economy has gone down. People are literally getting laid off and losing their jobs. And it's just like, man, it's tough, right? And I'm feeling it just the same as everybody else is feeling it, right? So, I mean, it is a tough situation. But one thing that you do have control over is how you respond. And responding through taking care of your health and fitness is not only from the physical aspect of trying to keep your immune system strong to help make progress towards your muscle building and fat loss goals and just to feel better about yourself, but mentally, it's one of the best forms of stress relief, right? It literally is. Like, exercise and eating good makes you feel better about yourself, and it gives you that natural stress relief, that natural antidepressant. I mean, after I do a workout, I always feel better, regardless of the situation. I mean, sometimes I don't feel like it. You know, I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. I say, oh, I'm too tired. I'm just not motivated. I'm whatever. But I just bite the bullet and do it anyway. Have a system in place where you get yourself to take action and just follow through no matter what. And I always find that at the end of the workout, whether that's even if it's just a cardio workout, whether it's a weight training workout, I always feel better afterwards. It elevates my mood, gets that natural endorphins going through your body, and just makes you feel so much better. And I use that as the motivation. I say, I know I'm going to feel better afterwards. Even if I don't feel like it now, I'll feel better afterwards. And that helps to push me through. And one of the things, I actually mentioned this during the last live workout that I did, is you almost want to treat it the same way you treat going to your job, or if you're a student, the same way you treat going to school, or doing any responsibilities that you have. Like, a lot of times we do things that we don't want to do, but we have to do them. Like, just look at going to your job. I'm sure there's mornings you wake up and you say, I really don't want to go to work today, but you go to work anyway, right? You do it anyway because you have to do it. And you want to put your fitness and your nutrition and your workouts in that same category. Yeah, there's going to be days where you don't want to do it, but guess what? You do it anyway. I mean, if you just stopped going to your job, or you only went to your job when you felt like it, you probably wouldn't be working very long, right? Because if you're that unreliable and that inconsistent, with your job, guess what? You're going to get fired, and they'll find someone who is more reliable and who is more consistent. Now, of course, when it comes to your fitness, you don't get fired, but you get fat and you get out of shape, and then you start to feel bad about yourself, and that's just as bad, if not worse. So you need to just kind of sometimes bite the bullet and just do it. And one of the strategies that I use that really helps me to get going is in those situations where I don't feel like it, I commit to doing a small workout. Make the task at hand smaller in your mind, because one of the reasons why people have trouble following through is because they make it too big. They overcomplicate things. They overthink it, and they make the task too big. They're thinking, oh, I don't want to go through the effort and the exhaustion and of going through a workout. But make it small. Like, even commit to doing a short workout, an easy workout. Like when it comes to cardio, for example, like instead of saying, oh, I got to go and do some crazy high intensity cardio workout, just say, you know what? I'm going to put on my sneakers and I'm going to go walk for 10 minutes. That's it. By making the task smaller, it makes it easier to take action and actually follow through. And what often happens more often than not is just the act of starting, the act of getting your sneakers on, the act of getting your gym clothes on, the act of actually starting to exercise makes you feel better. And then as you start to feel better and you're out there and you're doing it, then very often you actually want to go and do more. Like yesterday, I said, I'm going to take the dog for a walk, and I was planning, I said, I'm going to probably go for maybe 20 minutes, half hour. I'm just going to go, easy walk. I got out there, and it was absolutely beautiful out yesterday. It was a nice sunny day. There was no wind. It was just so calm and peaceful, and we were out walking through some of the trails. We ended up going for a 2-hour walk, my dog and I, just by ourselves, alone in nature. And man, it just felt so good. It felt amazing just to get out there at peace, no distractions, no stress, just to breathe the fresh air. I mean, it felt so good. And I didn't put a time limit on it or anything like that. I just, when I started, I committed to just, I'm only going to go for a short walk. But once I got going, it felt so good that I just kept going. And a lot of times with the workouts, it's the same way. I might feel like, I'm too lazy to work out. I don't want to do it. I'll just commit to doing a small workout. Hey, like a little 20-minute circuit routine or something like that. And then once I get going, I go through my warm-up routine and I just get the blood flow circulating and I start to feel better and I start to take action. That motivates me. And then very often I'll actually end up doing more. Some of the best workouts I have are workouts where I didn't feel like working out, but just going through the process, getting the engine going, it makes me feel so much better afterwards. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing, because everybody goes through this. Like, nobody is motivated to just go all the time. Everybody struggles with motivation. I don't care if you're an athlete, if you're a fitness coach, if you're a bodybuilder, or just a regular Joe who's just trying to get fit. Everybody goes through times where they don't want to work out, they don't want to eat right, they don't want to exercise, they don't want to do whatever, but you just kind of have to do it anyway. And by making the task smaller, it makes it easier. And this is a strategy you can use in so many other areas. Like, I've heard of people like some of the great writers. Like, you look at people who've written multiple books, and you're like, man, how do you write so many books? Like, how are you so successful? And this is one of the strategies. I can't remember the writer's name, but his strategy was, he says every day he commits to writing 200 crappy words. That's his goal. He says, as long as I sit down and write 200 crappy words a day, I'm making progress. Because just the act of sitting down to the desk, starting the process of writing, starting that process, and just cranking out 200 words, even if it's crap and it just, it's fit for the trash can, gets the creative juices flowing. And then very often he'll end up writing more, doing more, and progressing more. So, you can use this for any task, like cleaning the garage, for example. Like, how many people, like, your garage is a mess and you say, like, I don't want to clean the garage, I'm not motivated, blah, 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 I'll do it later. But maybe you just say, you know what, I'm just going to go out and do a little bit. I'm just going to go and tidy up for 10 minutes. Well, the act of just getting out there and getting started, getting the ball rolling, and very often you can make some amazing progress by just getting started. You have to have a system in place where you make it easy to get started. The easier it is to get started, the more progress you're going to make. And of course, you want to focus on the consistency over the intensity. Consistency trumps intensity when it comes to so many things, right? Not just your fitness and nutrition, but in all aspects of your life, right? All the little tasks and things that you procrastinate with. If you can be consistent with doing just little things, it'll help in the long run. A little bit daily is better than a lot infrequently. And during this whole situation, I've committed to every day I'm doing some form of cardio, whether it's cardio at home. Like today it's raining, so I was doing my cardio at home. I have an elliptical machine in my basement, so I use that. If it's nice outside, I'm getting outside for a walk. I'm going outside for a bike ride. I'm doing something. I'm making sure to get outside if possible, if the weather permits. And then, of course, I'm also doing the follow along live workouts on the Facebook page. And the fact that I've publicly committed to doing those workouts, that helps to hold me accountable, because I know I have other people counting on me. I mean, even if it's just 10 people show up to the live workout, I want to show up and give my best for those 10 people, right? I want to be like motivating and inspiring and help those people. I mean, sometimes we have a lot more. Like a couple of those videos have gotten like thousands of views, right? Some of them only got, a few hundred views, but I don't care. I don't care if it's 10 people or 1,000 people show up. I have to show up, and it's my motivation to help, follow along and follow through to do what I say I'm going to do. So having some accountability can really help as well. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these follow along workouts, because for some of them, we've had the same people tune in for every single workout and follow along, and which is great. So by me doing that, it helps to hold them accountable as well. So it's good to kind of create that support system where you're going to have a team of people in your corner helping you and encouraging you and motivating you to actually follow through and do what you want to do. And ultimately, you're the one who's going to benefit from it.